Sup, compassionate people, and welcome to a vegan news product review. A comic review, to be more precise. Now, let me start off by saying, this is going to be a juxtaposition between two different vegan animal rights comics. The first one I got months ago, and within the first 3 pages, I reached out to the writer and creator, Dave Brink, with my concerns. In fact, Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get it out of the bag. By the second page, Earthling Vegan Warrior starts out with a racist caricature of an Asian man, complete with buck teeth, broken stereotyped English, and he's murdering and chopping up dogs to sell to a Chinese restaurant. On top of that, the white guy assisting him gets away, and the Asian guy is killed by Earthling Vegan Warrior. So, I'm not sure if that's just coincidence or... Then we jump straight to the next. Oh God. Then we jump straight to the next page where we're introduced to yet another caricature, stereotype, of a superhero, of a female superhero who is named Miss Lovechild. And can you guess what her power is? She has the power to control men with her feminine wiles. Not only that, her clothing is pretty typical of what you'd see within comic books, but, you know, something in the realm of animal rights and veganism, I expect to be a little more sensitive to, one, the fact that most vegans right now are still women, and two, this comic book should be reaching children, and, you know, I don't think most people are going to want for their children to see women in S&M gear. And also there's a ton of freaking profanity and crazy stuff in here. Like, who is this comic book for? Like, that's what I was trying to figure out the whole time I read through it. I have 4 issues. I think there's more than that. It's been out since 2015. If you Google Earthling Vegan Warrior racism or anything like that, it actually does come up with others who have talked about this, and it gave them a very bad opinion of our community. And as you go on through other issues in the series, there's other problematic stuff, including, you know, some fat phobia, fat shaming, some not so kind ways of looking at people who aren't vegan, which, you know, I'm not absolutely happy with people who aren't vegan, but I don't think turning them into Spawn level demon characters that Todd McFarlane would make, which is definitely where the design for this character came from and was stolen from, is a good way to get through to people. And I mean, just tons of massive cleavage shots from one panel to the next. I mean, lots of us like boobs, but, you know, I don't know where I'm going with that. I think there's a time and a place for it, and trying to communicate a message through the medium of comic books that is trying to change with our cultural norms nowadays. Something like this might have something like this might have been more acceptable in like the 80s or early 90s or something, but not now, man. And I could go through and pick out everything in the 4 issues I have, and there's a lot wrong. There's a lot wrong. But honestly, he did put hard work into this, and I feel like there's probably some sort of cultural difference here. That's why I did reach out to him, but he didn't react well to when I reached out and listed the issues and concerns I had with the comic series. So I don't think he's open to changing anything from what I can see. So let's just move on to the other comic book, and you'll be able to see. Let's just move on. Conversely, Murder, created and written by Matthew Losel. Saying your name right? Sorry, I'm not. Matthew Lucio? Losel. We'll go with Losel. Matthew Losel features a character called the Butcher's Butcher, whose superpower is the ability to bring revenge on corporate CEOs who are destroying animals in the environment. And this character is actually African American, runs his own sanctuary, and has a true understanding of what being vegan and compassionate is. There's also some profanity in this. I don't think it's as bad, but keep that in mind if you want to give this to a child. You know, that's up to you to figure out. I would have no issue giving this to a kid. I think it's pretty cool, actually. And I'm not going to spoil it by showing everything, but there's a bunch of different aspects throughout the comic. One of them is the fact that the Butcher's Butcher, the superhero, the African-American superhero, he's capable of telepathically communicating with animals, like perfect English one-on-one dialogue, which brings up some pretty funny stuff, including this panel right here, where the baby chick he rescues has some funny words for him, and there was some other stuff like that throughout the series. And you also get to see what it's like in a hatchery where the butcher's butcher works. It seems that there may be more going on with the butcher's butcher since he does have his own sanctuary that you find out later on. And he rescues that baby chick from the hatchery. So in all, it looks like it's leading to a good place. I'm excited to see the other issues. And I didn't see any racism, any sexism, any fat phobia, nothing really. I saw honest storytelling with the only caveat being that maybe they might want to make a version just for kids, removing the profanity for parents that might find that an issue. But I think most vegan parents may not find that an issue. We'll see. There's gore and stuff in it, but that's reality. And Matthew, the creator, did a great job with this. Such a great job, in fact, that, well, take a look. It looks like, since his comic has come out, the creator of the other comic, Earthling Vegan Warrior, has decided to go in another direction. And his new possible character seems to be looking a little familiar. Now, if you want to see this comic book be expanded on and the pages to become colorized, not just black and white, there'll be a link to the Kickstarter in the description, which is still going on now for another 24 hours. They've actually already blown past their goal of $800, reaching $1,301, but they can always use more. And it would help create more issues, more awareness, and all that kind of thing. I think this is a great thing to support, and I really struggled, guys, with making this. I didn't want to just lambast the previous comic, the Earthling Vegan Warrior comic, and I even thought about not doing the review, but I put the question up on Facebook, and pretty much unanimously everybody told me they sent it to me for a review, so review it honestly. And then a few weeks after that, after I got back from my trip from New York, somebody told me about this comic as well that was up on Kickstarter. I got the copy version from Matthew, and after that, then I was able to check it out, and I decided doing a side-by-side comparison would be the best way to do it.